What's going on, Board Wars Nation, and welcome back to the official Board Wars podcast. I am, of course, your host, Gus, with my co-host, the awesome JD. And, JD, usually we're looking at a screen and talking, and luckily we get this set here. I mean, we are getting bigger and better in the world. And
that's amazing. In person. I have to be looking at you at a screen.
Back from, Missouri State, which is exciting.
Spring break.
It's an awesome opportunity as well because we actually have a really crazy weekend here. Mm-hmm. Now, as I'm sure many of you know, we have 2 games left in the season. Not only are they any games, but these are 2 divisional games that are going to end the year, and they're happening in the same weekend. Mm-hmm. The Sun Division Friday night, the Moon Division Saturday night. It is the double division eclipse. Ooh. The moon hits the sun, and at the end of this weekend, we're going to see who the playoffs, what the playoff matchup is going to be. So, I mean, they're going to be fighting for the Legacy Cup. It's been 3 years now, the 3rd year that we have the Legacy Cup in here. And I mean, I guess before we go into the predictions, kind of going back to the past a little bit, I mean, you were in the Legacy Cup for, the last 2 years on the Mama Llamas. And this year, I mean, we'll get into your odds in a minute, but I mean, what was it like playing those first 2 years for the Legacy Cup here?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, first, if you don't know, season 1, the Llamas were in it. I did not play, but I was a part of all of our games. So I was there to experience it. Season 2, I did play some games. Both of them, it's so much better than regular season. I'll be honest, guys. It's so much. The stakes are up there. The style of play, the skill play is just so much higher. Everyone wants to win, so you can feel it. And it's since there's 5 weeks, as the weeks go on, you're talking to people, they're feeling it.
Gosh.
You're throughout those games, okay, this team's starting to deal with this team a little more. You got to figure out what's going on. You got to figure out how to beat those teams. It's amazing. Obviously, I think playing in it was awesome. Season 2, I was able to win a playoff game. That's probably my favorite win. Yeah. I think I have 3 wins in my career. Obviously, this playoff game. I think it was the longest game ever. And even the thing is, it was so long. It didn't even feel that long. I was so locked in. The team was there.
Adrenaline.
Yeah, the adrenaline was rushed. It was.
Well, I'm excited, JD, because we talked on the podcast earlier that some of those old playoff games, even though they're so awesome to watch, they're a little bit scuffed. Yeah. Some of them are 9 hours long, and that's because I wasn't GMing them. Mm-hmm. Some of them were scuffed in other ways, Doomgate and various things. So this year, no hopefully controversies and no GMs other than your boys. So, we're going to have some action-packed 4-hour games. Yep. And, we're going to have 5 of them most likely, and then at the end, we're going to see who takes it all. So it's going to be a very exciting one. And I don't know which, do we want to start with Moon or Sun Division? But I hear that if we talk about the Moon Division, a captain is going to appear right here from the Moon Division, and he's going to talk with us. Same thing with Sun Division. What do you want to do first?
Which one? I am in the Moon Division, so...
And I am wearing green.
So I wearing green, so...
So maybe Moon Division?
I think so.
Cutie colors?
Oh, cuties?
Cuties? Hey, let's see. We're going to clap on the count of 3.
Okay.
We're going to see who gets here. 3, 2, 1.
All right, for our next segment, we got Dr. Luke with us. I know.
Whoa, what?
I know, 2 times now. This is amazing.
Crazy.
This is crazy.
Insane.
It's insane.
In the flesh as well.
I know.
It's true. I can actually see you guys.
It's pretty awesome.
It's needed, though, because we are now down to the very end right here. We have 2 games left this coming up weekend. And I think I thought it was good to have him here to talk about these playoff odds and what we're really looking at here for these next 2.
Well, Dr. Luke is a former champion, right? So, he's going to be telling us who is going to be competing for that championship, and maybe he will have some secret opinions about what those odds are going to be.
Secret opinions.
Some super secret opinions that he's going to be disclosing for the first time on camera here. So
maybe, who's to say?
we can start with the cuties. As a cutie yourself, you feel like they've got pretty good odds, I'd imagine.
Yeah, the odds are, I forgot what the algorithm said, but we're pretty high up there. There's only 2 or 3 specific scenarios that can even knock us out at this point. So we just got to make sure those don't happen. Get ACO dub or Accio dub, a good game to warm up for the playoffs. And yeah, I think we're sitting pretty for the most part. Hopefully those 2 situations don't happen, but I like our spot right now.
Yeah, I'll be pulling up those official odds. But JD, what do you think about the Cuties' chances? I mean, you're kind of opposed to.
Yes. Yeah. So it's very interesting. Yeah. So obviously the Cuties, I think you guys have like over 80% chance. We said there's very few odds where you guys don't make it. So I think you guys are more in a position where AccuDub gets a game in. You guys get ready. So I'm assuming you guys getting together for that game, kind of getting that playoff mentality maybe. Because I mean, you guys have been there before, but sometimes you got to warm up to it. Diplomacy is maybe a little different, but I think Cuties have pretty good odds. Obviously, AccuDub's gonna be playing. I'll be playing that game. Obviously, we're gonna talk about it a little more. So I mean, obviously, I'm not really gonna wanting the Cuties to win the game because for the Astro Bears, I need to win that game, or we're not making the playoffs at all. But I think you guys have pretty good odds. I mean, if I was a betting man, I would say the Cuties are making the playoffs once again.
Which is crazy to think about. I mean, they've never not made it. We've never seen a Legacy Cup without the Cuties. It's starting to become synonymous at this point. And I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, so the Sallies are clinched.
Yeah.
There's a 50% chance we see somebody take it home yet again, and we have 2 names on that plaque, assuming the Cuties make it, right? And I feel like the odds actually that the Sallies can repeat increase with the Cuties making the playoffs because now it goes from, oh, we don't want to see the Sallies do it again to we also kind of have to think about the Cuties. And now I think they are favored in the sense that they wouldn't be repeating. I think, they'd be more favorable in the minds of the general populace than the Sallies because of that.
Yeah.
But other than that, it gets a little, I don't know. I mean, what do you think about that in relation to the Salamanders?
Yeah, I think that that definitely puts a target on both of our backs. I remember the final game of the playoffs last year, and that was pretty not fun, the political situation. People didn't want to see the Cuties win twice in a row, which I get. The Sallies will be in a similar spot, and I don't know, I'm curious to see if that kind of diffuses the animosity towards both of us, because now it's kind of hard to target 2 teams at once. But maybe we just unless they want to go 2v2 straight up, but I don't think that's going to happen in a Board Wars playoff game.
I don't think they're winning that either. And also on top of that, I think we've seen the past 2 seasons that the Sallies and the Cuties have had a little bit of kind of maybe not teaming, but you guys work together more than other teams. Is that the same this season? Because I know like diplomacy and the rules have changed and all that. You think, and maybe you don't want to give it away, but obviously it has to be overstreamed for like diplomacy on that. But are you guys still working together, and will we kind of see that if you guys were to make the playoffs?
That's a good question.
I think that an underrated part of the game is your relationships with other teams. And the Sallies have just had a pretty easy time working with them. They've been generally open to making plays together. And I feel like we've kind of had an understanding like, hey, sometimes this will help me and I'll win. Sometimes this will help you and you win. And usually the winner will toss the other team second place or something like that. And yeah, I think similar to that, like we also have like good relationships with a team like the Raptors, who I've had an easy time with as well, especially with their captain Caden. But I think we just have a good relationship with them, and I think we do other teams as well. But we have the oldest one with the Sallies for sure.
And we'll be going over the whole Moon division with Dr. Luke here. But I mean, just to kick off the Cuties and the conversation we've kind of had about them, the odds for the Los Cuties right now sit at 89.58%. Now, if it depends on how they finish this season, and it also is affected by game 29, which we're going to see on Friday night. And, we talked about it earlier in this podcast. Just we got to remember that we did that. we talked about it earlier in the podcast, but this Friday, we're going to have the Sun Divisional game. And Saturday, this Friday, we're going to have the Sun Divisional game. Saturday, we're going to have the Moon Divisional game. So, I mean, Friday could really affect the odds for Saturday. Yep. And I think we're going to kind of see how that goes. Now, if any team other than the Purple Dragons win that Friday game, the Cuties are going to rise to 96% likelihood.
Whew. Oh, wow.
Which is essentially guaranteed here. Yeah. Now, if the Dragons do win, their odds are going to drop. Now, right, like I said, right now it's 89, but it won't drop that far. It'll drop down to 71% likelihood. Okay. Very interesting. So that's kind of a fun thing to kind of look at, but also it also depends on how they finish week 30. Because if they get first place, obviously they're 100% clinched. They have a 92% if they get second or third. Getting fourth could also yield to some negative situations for tiebreakers and APFs, which could knock them down to a 75% likelihood. now these things only really matter if, certain other things happen.
Dragons winning, yeah.
But generally, I mean, if the Cuties don't, aren't in a situation where they can get jumped by the Dragons, and if they're not in a position where they get 4th place on that last game, they're essentially guaranteed. And I don't know, Luke, how do you feel about those odds?
I mean, yeah, I feel pretty good. I think anybody who's not the Raptors or the Sallies would easily trade places with us right now. So, I mean, when you're in that spot, I think, you got to feel pretty good. I think we're in a good spot, and we're just need Akiodub to finish it off for us.
You got to have Akiodub get it done. And Akiodub, was very close to winning earlier this season. Who did he end up losing to? Who was that?
Oh, I don't.
Enigma, I believe.
Enigma.
Gotcha.
Yes,
It was Enigma,
game.
Mr. Java, and Acura.
Oh, wow.
What a game that was.
Yeah.
And Enigma got that revive from Hadestown right at the end, getting Magneto.
Right.
And then it was wraps from there. So I think Akiodub, learned a lot from that game. And we're going to see, this upcoming week how he shifts in his knowledge and grows into the hopefully 4th cutie to ever win a game.
Yeah.
Only 4.
We were talking about that
Really?
off podcast. There's only been 4 cuties to ever win. No, 3 cuties to ever win a game.
Yep.
That's
It's only been
crazy.
Caleb, Luke, and Alex.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Insanity. Well, when you think about the fact that they've got 3 of the top 5 all-time players,
Well, yeah.
because I think we both had Caleb Ward top 5.
Yes, I definitely did. You might have.
I might have had him a little
You're
bit
like
lower.
7. You might have had 7.
Still,
Insane.
though.
Still, top 10,
Still,
top
I mean,
10.
insane, right? On one team, and there's, 8 now?
Yeah.
Ridiculous stuff. So, I mean, what is your general reaction to that stat, JD?
Well, I think that's insane because usually when you think about teams to have this consistency, you usually need season 1 a good draft picks, and season 2 you kind of get a few more people kind of build on top of that. You kind of saw with the Llamas, they had a few guys, and then season 2 we got Jacob Hicks and he got a win. But the Cuties, all those guys that have wins are from season 1. Luke when he was the captain, Caleb when he drafted him 1st overall, and then Alex Brunn's the last pick. So first of all, great picks by Dr. Luke. I mean, he kind of hit on those, but it's kind of insane that the Cuties have been able to carry on with just season 1. And now that we see with Akudub and all these in the Goosewells that they're building up these players, but they haven't even needed their wins yet, which is insane to see in the future, even next season, if the Cuties still have these top 3, top 10 guys, and they're building up Akudub, these Goosewells, I don't know what the Cuties are going to be.
True. Well, yeah, I think we're also due for a 4th cutie to win too. I think it's also because it's not like we have a lack in skill from our guys below.
No.
I think any one of those Goosewells could get a win, and yeah, all of a sudden we're even scarier.
Yeah, that is insane.
And I mean, we can just move on to the Astro Bears percentage here.
Yeah.
Now, their odds, just to be honest with you, aren't the best.
No, not the best.
Aren't the best. So let's kind of start about the situation that they're in.
Yeah.
First of all, if the Barbecue Beavers win, game 29 on Friday night, it is over for the Astro Bears. They don't even have a shot going into Saturday, which could be heartbreaking, especially since, we'll get to the Sun Division in a minute here, but Drew is stepping up in that final game. And we've got some breaking news about who's going to be playing in that game.
Yeah.
It's going to be insane. So just to kind of, spoil it a little bit, we're going to see Indiana Jones is actually not going to be playing in that game. And instead, he's putting in Burger Kimchi, which I think might be strategic due to, some of the higher powers. We'll see how that ends up in the end game. But Burger is going to have the full support of the Dragons, who are, trying to make the playoffs.
Yeah,
true.
Meanwhile, we have Slushy playing for the Salamanders, who, even though the
Slushy
Salamanders,
joined?
Yeah, I was surprised.
Wow.
Now, even though the Salamanders are clinched, Slushy is going to be playing for his personal legacy here. He doesn't want to go 0-3 going into the playoffs.
Right.
Slushy's a guy who plays with swagger, he plays with pride. He wants to kick butt, take names, and he wants to take the name of Drew Joggers, who he's beaten already in his career. Very interesting rivalry that we're going to get to see come to a head. And I'm sure the Bears are going to be rooting for them. And then the final person I think we're going to have in that game is Meow Meow. Interesting player, interesting prospect, but a power clown who creates chaos. And chaos just might be what the board needs to make sure that Drew doesn't take that game. So right off the bat, how do you feel about that potential of getting knocked off Friday night?
It's hard. I will say it's hard because a lot of times you want to have like the power of like, okay, if I win this game, I can move on. If I lose this game, it was because of me and we're eliminated. But now, the night before, I have to go and watch and see if I even have like a possibility of helping the Astro Bears move on. And especially, it's a little harder to watch this game when you're seeing Drew is the one guy you got to be rooting against. I was talking to my team. I was texting them. I was like, guys, before I even play, the night before, if these Beavers win, we're eliminated. So I was like, send up your prayers, guys. Maybe Drew has a bad game. So first of all, that's a little stressful. The good thing, though, is we were just talking about it. I just found Slushy is playing that game. I mean, he is the legend killer. So
True.
I haven't cheered on Slushy that many times in my career, but I think this will be the one game that I will be on Slushy's side. So, Slushy, if you're watching this, I'm hoping you win this game. But I mean, obviously, we still have two more guys, Meow, and Berkey Chumpy. I apologize.
Burger Kimchi.
I apologize. But I mean, I was a little surprised that they're hopping in there, especially with kind of their season on the line, and he's more of like a rookie, and he hasn't had that many games. But like you're saying, maybe strategic. If you have those two powerhouses in there, and I'm sure Slushy, I mean, he's gonna want to take down Drew, and Drew needs to win this game, so maybe they're gonna be going at it, and maybe Meow and him, they kind of behind and let things happen while they're just sitting back there. So it could be a strategic move. I'm interested to see. I think either way, it's gonna be a close game. I don't think either. Because most of the teams got to win this game. So if someone starts pulling ahead, I think immediately those three other teams are going to start talking and make sure they pull them back down. So I think, even the game 20, I think either way, they're going to be insanely close because every team needs to win, or even if the Sallies don't, Slushy's is playing for his honor to get that win this season.
Now, obviously, Friday night isn't all the Astro Bears need. There's the added caveat that they have to win then Saturday night. Now, not only do they have to win Saturday night, but they need a very specific average place finish situation to kind of knock things around. And now this was very interesting. I was taking some time while you were speaking. I was listening.
Yeah.
But I was also reading. Some of this is very interesting because they need either the Cuties or the Jets to fall in their APF so that they can pass them. That's why the Cuties don't want to finish last place. So there is a possible scenario where they jump either the Cuties or the Jets. They would need to win, and they would not need either the Cuties or the Jets to get poorly placed. Now, here's an interesting thing. If they're going to need either the Cuties or the Jets to get fourth.
They have to get.
So here's the interesting thing. If you're thinking about that from the Bears' perspective, it's like they need someone to lose either than the Raptors, while they themselves need to win. I'm reading this right now, and it's very funny because, like, even if the Jets get second and the Cuties get third, Bears are out. If the Jets get second and the Cuties get fourth, Bears are in over the Cuties. If it's third and second the other way, they're still out.
Wow.
Now, if the Jelly Jets get fourth and the Cuties get second, that's fine. Like, it's going through all the possible scenarios here. It's just there's a very interesting, delicate balance there of APF. So you're also going to need one of those two teams to fall. So hearing that, I mean, does that maybe affect how the strategy is going to be going?
I think it will. I mean, obviously, usually when you're playing a game, you're more focused on you winning, and usually when you factor in like other teams, I have to make sure this team doesn't get second. That's usually when you start to fall away because you're looking at it at a smaller scope. And you're not looking at the broad sense. But that's gonna be a lot more difficult because I have to be looking at it as I got to win, and in the smaller scale is I got to kind of place each team exactly I need. So that's difficult.
Well, I mean, really, you just need to win, and you need the Raptors to not get last. Right?
I guess
it doesn't have to be super delicate.
True. That is a good way of looking at it.
And it's going to be an interesting game we're about to see. We're going to see Akio dub. We're going to see, obviously, you step up. We're going to see the captain, Caden, step up.
Wow.
And for the Jets, we're going to see El Nino.
Oh,
really?
69 overall El Nino. JD, I think, was a little bit excited to hear that El Nino is going to be playing in that game. Yeah, I mean, the Jelly Jets with the season on the line, I mean, maybe a little bit of a dragon strategy, wanting to put in a player who, I mean, I've heard from Mr. Java, he thinks El Nino's underrated.
Yeah.
Apparently, El Nino has been in 7 practice games.
That's a lot.
In between his first game he played, which he is currently the worst rated player in the league, and now. And the current belief in the Jelly Jet locker room is he's going to have their best chance of winning this game.
Wow.
Very interesting. So, I mean, I see something sparkle in your eye when you hear that, G. I mean, what do you think about that?
Well, I was more surprised. I didn't know Caden was stopping. I didn't know about El Nino. That kind of changes. I mean, obviously, because I believe that Stra was going to play, and Stra's an amazing player. I think the Raptors in general are just an amazing team. So I'm sure even though Caden's playing, he'll have those guys behind him. I was happy to see Caden's in the game. I don't think I've ever played a game with him, but I mean, I love communicating with the Raptors, and Caden's a great guy. So I think that game's gonna be like fun in general. And then I mean, obviously, if I need him to get second, I mean, I guess maybe that's in my favor. I feel like no, Caden, but I guess I can't talk about stuff, but I don't know. I thought El Nino, that's interesting. No, he hasn't had the best. I guess his game was the best, 69 overall. Honestly, I feel like those games, I'm sure he got jumped or something like that. I can't remember the exact game that happened, but I mean, 7 practice games. I haven't played 7 practice games this season. I don't think any of us have been. There's a lot of games. So
I imagine he's better than the 69 right
now. After playing 7,
I'd hope.
Yeah, after playing 7 games, that's like me, like from like season 1 to season 3. Like that's how many games I probably played. So like, there was a huge jump there. So I don't know. I think it's gonna be. It might maybe a little different with the Astro Bears. I know we're all going to get together. We're going to have to be working together. But I think it's going to be a really fun game. Like, it's going to be – I think that the energy and, like, the intensity is going to be up there. Because, I mean, the Cuties don't need to win, but, like, they can't get forced. So, like, that's going to be interesting. Raptors, I think, in the best spot.
I don't want to discourage you, but what the algorithm has your chances at, 8.3%.
Oh.
That's what they say. That's what they say. Now, keep in mind, these are all the different possible outcomes. You get ruled out a lot from the Beavers.
Yeah.
You have to place well, and you need... So if you really think about statistically the probability that you place that high and they don't, I mean, I think that explains the 8%, but I think we all kind of agree that in our heads it's higher than that actually happening, even though Drew is quite a player.
Yeah, I think it's... Obviously, Drew is quite a player. That brings down. I think the 8% seems really low. I think of myself as a pretty high caliber player. I haven't won a game this season. I feel like I'm due for a win. Like
True,
up.
Honestly.
My team's gonna be there, so I'm gonna be going. I mean, it's all or nothing here. So I mean, I'm putting everything on the line. So 8% seems a little low. I feel like in my head, I think it's like for me. I think it's like a 50-50 shot. Drew loses that game. I think we're right in there. I just gotta win the game. That's how I think of it. That's how I told my team. I was like, as long as Drew doesn't win, we just got to win this game, really.
Yeah, and now the Beavers game is going to be watched a lot. The Beavers are going to have the world watching them. A lot of people also don't want to see a team led by Drew in the playoffs. No. That's scary to win the Legacy Cup. But also, the Jelly Jets, who currently have a 76% likelihood, their odds go from 92% all the way down to 29%. If the Barbecue Beavers win.
Just with the Drew win.
Yes. Wow. Because then they have to actually win themselves if they don't want to be knocked out.
Oh.
In that situation, it would be do or die for the Jelly Jets. So, I mean, people don't want the Beavers to win this up-and-coming game.
Wow.
We're going to see if they can do it. And, I don't know. I mean, Jets, 76%. They just need to avoid, placing low and for you guys. And they need to avoid... something they can't control in the Beavers winning. But, Luke, what do you think about that?
Yeah, wow, that's really interesting how much the Beavers matters for both the both the Jets and the Bears. Yeah. And I think I'm curious about how the political stuff with the Raptors is as well, because if I'm not mistaken, I think the Jets can overtake the Raptors for the first seed.
It's possible.
I think they're the only team that's able to do that.
It's possible, yes.
I think they'd have the tiebreaker over them.
They would have head-to-head record, right?
Yeah, and then they'd be tied in wins and divisional wins.
Yes, because it's a divisional game coming up.
Yeah.
So the Raptors really aren't going to want the Jets to win. So if the Beavers
we can't let the Jets beat us either.
Yeah. Wow.
There's so much going on. Just there's only 2 games left, and there's all of this, like, if this happens, like, changes immediately just with place finishes in game 29.
And it's crazy to think that all of this is going to develop this weekend. We're not going to be able to meet again to talk about, like, even how the odds have shifted. We're going to be here, and the next week we are going to know who is in the Legacy Cup. That is an exciting thing to see. And now we don't even need to talk about the Raptors. 100%. sure, they would like maybe the Jets not to win so they could get the 2 seed. As of right now, they're not going to get the 1 seed unless the Salamanders don't win, and then they win that game on Saturday.
I see.
So we'll see maybe if they end up getting the 1 seed. Yeah, we'll wrap it up here. I was keeping on all the time for you.
Oh, cool.
But 3, 2, 1. But yeah, we're gonna see if the Raptors take over the 1 seed from the Smoky Salamanders. But that's kind of rare. So I mean, this is kind of our breakdown for the Moon Division. We have another very special guest to go and talk about the Sun. But Luke, before you get out of here, I mean, any final thoughts for the people watching or Cuties Nation at home? I'm kind of repping your colors here.
Yeah, no, I like it. Like final words or predictions or?
Yeah, both. That'd be great.
All right. The Dr. Luke's official predictions. I'm going to make the bold prediction to say that both the Sallies and Raptors make it. After that.
Very bold from Dr. Luke.
After that, I'm saying Cuties. And then in the 4th seed, I'm seeing the Beavers.
Whoa, the Doc himself.
I have a hard time betting against Drew. I think he has a good chance of taking this game.
Wow. I mean, you heard it here from the Doc, and we're gonna say our predictions at the end, but hey, write that down if you think the Doc speaks prophecy, which
I don't go that far.
Saying that he's 8-5 just might be the case. So, but thanks, Luke, for joining us.
You.
Of course, thank you both for having me.
We'll see you in the next segment. Now, after having Dr. Luke, our next guest is the Sun Division man himself, Gideon, captain of the Smoky Salamanders. Very exciting here. Now, Gideon, you've had an awesome season yourself, but you're also a part of a Salamander team that has clinched and is kind of out of this crazy sphere that is happening. I mean, you guys are kind of playing for kicks. You're playing for personal accolades like Slushy's, in his personal career. And you're kind of watching people fighting for their lives. I mean, what is your perspective life sitting away from that?
Gosh, I feel like I'm in the stands of the gladiator pit right now. I don't know. It's so strange because last year there was the league has only gotten more and more competitive. It has only become more and more competitive with the more people that have come in and the more people that have tried their hardest to make sure that they're good at this game. More practice games, more things like that. To where it was season 2, there was kind of 2 not the best teams in the entire world, and there was one team that we saw that we were no way they didn't make it.
Yeah.
This one, it's there's going to be 3 really good teams that just don't make it. And it's it's a toss-up on which one it is. Are the Los Cuties going to make it? Probably, but there's a world that they don't make it and the Bears do. There's a world where the Jets make it, and this is the first ever time that they've ever been in the playoffs. There's so many scenarios, and I will say this. I'm very, very much so glad to be in the scenario that I'm in. I love that we are at 5 wins, and Goob and me, my wins have gotten us to this point where we've clinched.
Yeah. And you're not the only team that is fully removed from this madness, as you guys have 100%, and there is a team that is clinched for elimination in Cancun. the unfortunate Mama Llamas.
Yeah.
And I mean, I kind of want to talk about the Salamander season because I think there's a lot of good things to talk about. But I think first we should, before we cleanse our palate with victory, we should take a trek down to the doom and despair of the Llama Valley.
Yeah.
And I think we all believe that the Llamas are going to have some insane potential next season. But I mean, what are our ideas at how the Llamas fell apart so fast and what we might attribute that to?
So I'll say this. There's a lot of things that we can say about this could have went wrong or this could have went wrong, but in truth, Board Wars is a team collaborative game. And a lot of the times there's so many teams that have just been constantly evolving with all these practice games.
Yeah.
We've seen all of these zappers and things like that. Amongst all of them, there's 100 practice games that have been played.
Yeah.
Probably more than that. So it's we've seen the evolution of it, and the Llamas is just a team of old heads. They're just a team of old heads.
But so is the Cuties.
That is true.
So is the Cuties, and it's okay. The Cuties, however, have outliers, I think, in a few statistical categories.
Some.
One of them, I think we might have actually sat in that chair a few minutes ago.
Oh, yeah.
Who?
Dr. Luke.
Dr. Luke is sitting in this chair?
That exact chair.
Are you honored?
I feel like I'm
Can you feel
disgracing
the
this
energy?
chair. I was wondering why it was a little warm. I was wondering.
Hey, he runs warm. But,
I guess so.
I mean, what do you think as a former llama? I mean, it's almost like they're missing something.
I think what Gus would be hinting at is my departure from the Llamas after season 2. I think that may be part of it, but I think it goes back to season 1. I think you have to look at it a little broader. I think the Llamas have always been kind of behind the 8 ball. The way we won games, the way we did diplomacy was always a little bit different, and it still produced wins, but I think the Llamas haven't been able, like you said, to like evolve to the new changes to tiles, to abilities, to diplomacy. And I think we kind of saw it with this season. I think it was a combination of a lot of things. I think it was a combination of, first of all, I left and I had 2 of our 5 wins in the regular season, and I had one of our wins in the playoffs. So obviously you're taking away someone who won you games. So obviously that's going to hurt you. But I think it's also a combination of maybe a little bit just of bad luck. Sometimes, games go in your favor, and it seemed like a lot of them did go in their favor. But then I think the third and main thing was just they weren't able to hop on the train where teams were changing. I think we saw that with the Raptors, how they weren't very good season 2, but season 3 they did get good, and they got insanely good. It's because they were getting to games and they're getting together and just practicing their diplomacy, how to better improve that. And I think with the Llamas, someone as Llamas, I feel like I was in the room. I feel like I could critique it because I want the best for that team. I want to see them. But I think their main thing is they just have to come to this off season and like know that it wasn't really like luck. It was they really just got to improve. They really just got to get better at the game. That's really what it comes down to at the end of the game. I'm just going to be honest. Like, if you're not winning those games, John Mark won them, but no one else on their team did.
Man.
Jeff didn't.
And
Kyle
what a
didn't.
season from John Mark. I mean, and at this point, you have to think that season 2 was most likely a fluke. Maybe he was, regular season wise, the Llamas were the best team in season 2. So to see them eliminated this early is kind of shocking. And also that coincided with a dip in Johnny's personal production. So you got to assume that Johnny in that season was putting all of his cards into making the team better and promoting, better play all around. But still to see them dip down in this way is definitely concerning. But you seem to be convinced that they're going to be able to turn it around next season.
I do. I mean, with the combination of John Mark and Kyle and Jeff, that core, I've been around since season 1. They've always been able to get it done. They've been around the game for so long.
Yeah.
I know they got some new pieces like Meow Meow. They still have Jacob Hicks, I believe, still on the team. I don't think he got a game this season, but he's 1-0 in his career. He's a smart guy. Like
he's on pace to win every game ever.
Yeah, he's basically the greatest of all time.
One of the very few people. I actually might have been one of the only people in the league that is an 100% win rate.
Him and Buiz Quiz actually 100%, 100% win rate.
Both of those guys.
Those
so
are all
much.
I know
guys.
those are 2 cool guys.
I'm really
to be
glad it's not
100%.
anyone that I'm just like that guy's.
Oh come on,
That guy.
No, I completely agree.
It's them and Dr. Luke still in my mind, but
JD, I agree with you. What do you think about that, Gideon?
See,
Llamas.
I think this. I think, because obviously JD is the one talking about it. I think he's underselling it a little bit, okay? Because, last year, the time that the award ceremony comes up, we have 2 people. JD is sitting at 3-2, so is Slushy. Slushy went 2-0 in the playoffs. He won the team a chip, and JD won it. That's because he was a captain for his team. He was the most valuable player, not even just for the 3 out of the 2 wins or 3-2 record that he had, but the impact that he had on all those other people.
That's true.
And that's the reason that he had the MVP. The Llamas last year had 2 captains.
Yeah.
That is a massive change to go through.
Yeah.
That is a ginormous change to go through.
That's a good point.
Trying to take up the slack from all that, that John Mark's trying to, is rough. It's very rough. Because we saw how productive JD is as a captain separated from it. But, JD wasn't the full captain of the team. He wasn't just the full captain because that was John Mark.
Yeah.
But now John Mark had this crutch that he could lean on. It's like if you ripped Slushy from my team times 2.
Yeah.
It's like Slushy's an amazing player, love him to death, and everything like that. But when it comes to captaining, that's kind of what's happening. But in the Llamas scenario, JD was there every single game and he was helping every single time with captaining. It's taking away your crutches. It's
put a lot of pressure on John Mark.
It does. It does. And I think John Mark, honestly, he tried his hardest. He 2-1.
Yeah. I mean,
Great
as a
season.
personal player, you can't say it's on John Mark.
No,
It's
not
just,
at all.
Yeah.
I think it comes down to organization. I think it comes down to motivation for the rest of the team. And, if John Mark is so stressed that he's the one who has to get wins, I'm sure that can be reflected in some of the morale from other people of like, wow, I mean, John Mark's just kind of carrying us. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, they went on the worst stretch we've seen in history. I mean, we have not seen a team lose so many games in a row. That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's nuts to say.
There was a season. I know this is kind of a crazy thing to, or just randomly say. Wasn't season 1 Llamas on?
No,
that
not
type of
even as bad of a lose streak. They had more losses in a row than season 1.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
how many
Oh,
losses
yeah.
did they have in a row?
I can go check in a minute, but I mean,
It was a lot.
I think I'm going to find this stat here because I'm
Yeah.
interested, but
Mhm.
I'm also interested in what the Llamas have to bring next season. I mean, we have to be a little vague, but they've got some big changes and some rebrands that they're
Mhm.
hoping that they're going to have, and I don't know. I think their odds are pretty good here. So, 1, 2.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, there's like they have the pieces.
Mhm.
They really do, because like even when you mention those like 3 main people that they
Yeah.
have, the Jeff, John Moore, Kyle, they have Jacob Dieter,
Mhm.
they have Jacob Hicks,
Mhm.
and we've seen Meow Meow as a very, very much so, like, I think nice people that like immediately pick up on the game.
Mhm.
Those are the players that you really got to look out for. Those are the people, because like nobody wants to like Dr. Luke. Nobody wants to stab him because he's nice. Meow Meow, that dude's just funny. He's going over, he's power clowning. Like nobody wants to stab that dude.
He's a cool guy.
He's a really
guy.
cool guy. Like I've met him a couple times, and he's just a dope dude. He's just a dope dude. So it's like in a lot of those scenarios, and like honestly, another person they drafted, I don't know what his board war's name is, but Zia
Oh, Penguin Goon.
Penguin Goon.
Yeah,
That's his board war's name.
yeah.
I love it. I love it. No, but Penguin, I mean, he is a very smart person as
Mhm.
well. He really is. So, like, all the pieces that they have, it's just really how are they going to move them around next year?
Yeah.
It's really just how are they going to move them around
So
next year?
the biggest losing streak the Llamas had in season 1 was 6 games,
Oh, it's
which I'm
way better
actually
than I thought it
looking
was.
at it. That
It's not
might
that
be close to one of the worst losing streaks of all time. This season, they had a losing streak at one point of 7 games.
Okay.
And if I'm looking at it consecutive games,
Mhm.
I think the record is actually to the Jelly Jets. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Across
5,
seasons.
6. Yeah, because they technically had an 11-game losing streak
Mm.
if you include season 1 to season 2. The
Who
Cro-
broke that? Was it Hodgepodge?
Hodgepodge,
Of
yeah.
course.
Hodgepodge, the savior.
Hodgepodge is an all-time elite jet. That
And,
is,
and
Yeah.
that is
can't be
the
argued.
worst of all time. But then the Llamas this season, all in one year, had a 5-game winning losing streak, which was almost as bad as season 1,
Mhm.
and then a 7-game losing streak.
Mm.
Oh.
So I mean, if you look at that drought, I mean that one win over the span of 14 games, something like that, 13
Mhm.
games. I mean, and I can imagine it's hard to be in a locker room where that's the case. And obviously, Board
Yeah.
Wars is about community, but it's hard to foster that when it's centered around a culture that can be a little tough. So, I mean, we can go on to like, this is playoff week. I
Yeah.
don't want to talk about the woes of a team, but I think we needed to say our piece. I believe in the Llamas next season.
Oh,
I would put their
100%.
odds next season at playoffs. This might be a little crazy.
Okay.
30%.
I don't hate that.
That's high. That's high.
I don't hate that.
That's high.
I really don't.
30% playoff odds is high, but I think they deserve it.
Mhm.
I think they deserve it.
What should be like the average like playoff chance if it's like you have a 25% chance to win a Board Wars game because there's 4 people?
Well, I think
But, like-
technically because there are 4 spots,
Mhm.
Yeah.
a certain number of teams,
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, I mean, that-
so it should be a certain percent.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
There are some things that we know that there might be a few extra teams next season,
Mhm.
but I mean, if you would think about it, if it were right now, every
Mhm.
team would have 50%.
Mhm.
Next year, that's not really going to be the case.
Do you think you have to like blur it out when you almost say it? You have to like bleep.
Right, maybe future me will do that. Future me will do that.
Can I look at the camera and be like, "There's this many to no."
In my mind, it was 25%. So
Mhm.
let me revise that statement. 5% over whatever average is.
Okay.
That's what I think the Llamas have. I think they have a more likely chance to make it next season. I'm going to bet on the Llamas.
Okay.
I'm going to bet on the Llamas. I believe in what they're going to be doing.
Hmm.
But, I mean, let's talk about what teams are going to have to be doing this weekend if
Yeah.
they want to make the playoffs. I mean, it is a ridiculous slate we've got. And, you know, starting with the algorithm, looking at the Purple Dragons, who currently have a 7.29% likelihood to make the playoffs. And in order to win, now here's the deal. They've got to win game 29. If they do that, their odds jump up to 29%.
Not very high.
Not
Even
very
if they
high
get the
because
win.
after that, they need the Jets to win. Now, here's an interesting thing. Technically, no, they need the Jets to win. I was reading it. They need the Jets to win. So not only do the Dragons need to win Friday, they need the Jets to win Saturday. And the way that works is because the Dragons have head-to-head over the Cuties. And even if they win their game, because there's 3 people in a head-to-head cycle, it'll defer to APF. But they need it to go to head-to-head, which means they need to be one-on-one. That's why they need the Jets to win so that they go higher. Brutal circumstances, especially now that we've heard El Nino is playing and we've heard Burger Kimchi is going to be playing this week. Those are 2 underdogs. How do we feel?
I think in those scenarios, like I think that captains are all very intelligent people. And when I see those types of plays, I'm like, what do they know that I don't? Like you never know truly what's coming out of one of those like lower down players. We've seen Spitzer be a like bottom of the league player before. We've seen a lot of players. I think Timothy Wright was super duper low down one of the years. We've seen bad players have really, really good years. And we've only seen 1 game from El Nino. That's it. So we have no clue. And I've heard that Burger Kimchi has had a lot of practice games.
I have too.
So like
I have too.
It's hard for me ever to like say, oh well, this rookie's just not going to do well because you never know. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, especially with El Nino's track record. I mean, we've hyped him up already in this podcast. Kind of crazy stuff. I mean, that's a lot of experience. So, I mean, JD, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with Gideon. I mean, obviously, they're captains. We think about this before the game starts. We know who we're putting in. We know our players' capabilities. So if they've seen them in practice games, stuff like that, they know what they're capable of. We don't. I will say it's going to be a little hard to, hop on the Purple Dragon train when they need these 2 rookies to win games when there's guys with Drew and Slushy in that game. And Caden and me in the second game, that's difficult. Like just one of those that's difficult chances. They have to win both of those.
They need lightning to strike twice, as they would say, which I don't know if that's going to happen. Also, I want to revise my statement from earlier. I said Caden was going to be playing. We talked about it when we weren't recording. That's actually not true. Straw is going to be playing for the Raptors, which I mean, it doesn't change how I feel.
No, not
because to me, it's like, okay, it's either Caden's playing and Straw's with him, or Straw's playing and Caden's like, okay. Now Straw hasn't won a game yet, but
he's such a good player.
He's
exactly. He's kind of but I mean, he's kind of got the risk of losing again and then falling into Mr. Java status. 0-6 and like they're like the Justin Herberts of Board Wars. It's like theoretically they're good. Okay. Oh, they should win games. But they don't.
What if like I would love for one day Mr. Java to turn that term into like a massive rise, like Alex Bruns' turned Mr. Irrelevant into like a crazy thing. Yeah. Like, I'd love to see like he pulled a Mr. Java where it's like immediately he rose up from like being 0-6 or 0-5 or whatever. Like I'd love to start using that term in a positive manner. But
turn the MIP into the Mr. Java award. You know what I mean? Hey. We got 2 awards named after Jelly Jets now. Pretty awesome stuff. But I mean, I don't know. We don't have to talk too much about the Moon Division in this one, but I think Straw has a pretty good chance. And I think also looking at the Barbecue Beavers is very interesting because their odds, unlike the Dragons, are very simple. They need to win game 29. If they don't, they're done.
Yeah.
And they need anybody but the Jets to win game 30. So not only do they need to win, but they need to ensure that the Jets don't. And if those 2 things simply happen, they're in. Now, that's pretty likely, to be honest with you. And because of that, their odds are currently at 19%. But because I mean that's considering
That's
that
just
they
the
need to
split.
win.
Yeah.
25% chance
That's
you
not factoring
win.
in Drew.
Yes, it's not factoring in. The algorithm doesn't discriminate based on skill. But I mean, you're saying that because you think that Drew's got a shoe in to win this game. And as an Astro Bear, you're kind of hoping that's not the case. But what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think Drew is. I think we had him in at number 3, both of us in legacy plays. I think he's one of the best players out there. I mean, he's up there with Luke and Slushy and Drew. I mean, in Drew, we see him. It's kind of like Luke, where he's been the captain. He hasn't had a guy like next to him, and he's been that good like forever. I mean, he's been around since the game, so we know how good of a player he is. He hasn't won a game this season, but I think like when you're just going off like odds gonna win the game, it's hard to bet against Drew. Obviously, with Slushy being in the game, that changes so much. I think if Slushy was in that game, Drew would have a lot. It would be like, how does Drew not win this game? But with Slushy, that's difficult. When you have a legend killer in there who has beat Drew before, who has beat Luke, who has beat me, who has beaten all these guys, who has played that situation, and he doesn't have the stress of I have to like beat a certain team in a certain order. Slushy just has to go out and win. If he doesn't, oh well. So he has nothing to lose really.
Yeah, nothing to lose indeed.
So I would say, I mean, Drew, I still think is a very high chance, but I don't think it's a shoo-in. I think the game's gonna be insanely close. I don't think any of them's gonna pull away. I think I said earlier, but I don't think that these games are so close where no one's gonna pull away because the Dragons need to win. Like everyone needs to win this game.
It's true.
So.
It's true. And Slushy, I mean, just talking about that is the big guy standing in Drew's way of the promised land. And, we've seen Slushy in positions like this before.
Yeah.
Now, we've seen Slushy lose twice this year, but every single time Slushy has lost, it's to a trap game. Because, I think Gideon knows this more than anybody. Slushy rises to the occasion. He's the guy when the lights are the brightest, he's going to perform and he's going to knock off some legends. Going into a game, I mean, if I were Drew Joggers, even if, I'm Drew and oh my gosh, I'm so good at this game, I'd be so excited. I would be looking at death in the face if I'm staring at Slushy.
And from what I've heard, there's quite a few teams that really. This is something that doesn't happen too often in Board Wars, where it's like obviously like you're a Moon Division, I'm a Sun Division. I want you to win over other Sun Division people, but I don't think there's been a scenario this season yet where like so many teams have been like, we want this player specifically to win on a different team.
Yeah.
Like having that many people, it's like I think it's like All Might, where he's like all the people are like chanting.
Our hearts are beating as one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if we're talking about the lights being on, like there's gonna be so many people watching this game. There's gonna be such high stakes, and it's like, yes, it's rough for me to say like, well, we don't have any stake in this game of like. Obviously, like we want to keep the first seed, so we want to win this so that way even if the Raptors win next time, we'll still have it. But like, I don't know, Slushy, because I called him up right before this podcast. I called him up right before, and he was hyped. He was very hyped. He was like, I'm going up against Drew. All the people are gonna be watching this. This is gonna be for my legacy right here.
I'm getting excited.
Man.
I mean, this is something for those of you who don't know. This is a rivalry that has existed since 2020. Predates the league itself.
Before I knew Slushy.
before any of this happened, before there was any Board Wars professional league, back when we played it on a cardboard sheet, it has always been Drew versus Slushy, and the story is going to conclude in a way, or continue at least, this coming up Friday. So, I mean, guys, I'm getting so excited. I mean, we got a game on Friday that's going to, we're going to feel the effects of this game for a long time. We're going to immediately see the effect Saturday night because if Drew wins, bye-bye Astro Bears. If the Dragons win, we could be saying goodbye to the Cuties. If Slushy wins, I mean, that just opens the door for the Bears to come in and ruffle some feathers, send the Jets home. And, ultimately we have 2 open spots in the playoffs. And next time we talk on this podcast, 5 of those teams are going to claim their position. The winner's going to take it all.
As I guess a little, from the Sun Division representative or whatever.
Yeah.
JD, you don't got to worry about Saturday. I promise you. Slushy's winning that game. I have so much confidence in him, like right now.
Well, I mean, I know you didn't see it, but Dr. Luke actually gave us his predictions of who he thought those playoff spots would be.
Who are those?
Do you have your predictions? Who are your 4?
Oh, it's rough. Okay. So I mean, there's a top 2 of each team.
Sally Raptors.
I think the Raptors don't make it in the slightest. No, I think
I got bad news for you.
an asteroid hits Raptors HQ. No players to play.
Oh dear.
We pull up the I don't know. Do we have a G League team?
The Minty Mermaids.
The Minty
Pulled
Mermaids.
from the women's league.
Courtney gets
God.
pulled up from the women's league. You're a captain now. No, it's hard for me to say. I'll say this. I think the Cuties definitely. I think the Cuties are a lock in my mind. And seeing how I think that the Salamanders are going to win this next game, it's all up to that last game right there. Because I think the Dragons and the Beavers don't make it. Because I think Slushy's going to win. So past that point, JD just has to win, right?
JD's got to win.
See you in the playoffs.
He needs the Jets to get last.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to be honest. I think we always talk about all these things about like Slushy being the legend killer and all these amazing things that he is. JD's got a reputation about him right now. Like, yes, he was 0-4 at the very beginning of season 1, but we saw how good he is in season 2.
Yeah,
we did, and we saw him right on the same level as Slushy in how good he was that year. Who's the second best player in both of your guys' ratings? It's Slushy. Mm-hmm. JD's right up there, and it's impossible for me to like say anybody goes into a game and if I was about to say like, okay, somebody has to make sure this team gets last, make sure this team doesn't win, also be wanting to win the game at the same time. There's not very many players that I'd be like, they could do that, you know. But if I'm gonna be honest, there's one that can. There's a couple that can. If Dr. Luke was in that game, if all these other people were, maybe. But like JD, it's hard for me to root against JD. It is. And
it's hard. So just to be clear, Sally's Raptors, Cuties Bears?
Cuties Bears is my prediction.
Interesting. Well, JD, I mean, we got to go down to our area now. We've got to go and we've got to give our predictions for next week. But I mean, Gideon, thank you so much for being here. And I'm excited to see the playoffs. Yep. And I mean, we got to tune in because you're going to see who's joining the Salamanders in the playoffs this week. Now that Gideon is gone, I mean, it is just the two of us here. There's no Salamander energy, and we don't have to be nice to the people in the Sun Division anymore. Talking about the Beavers, talking about the Dragons, you know, like we can say whatever we want.
Honest opinion now.
Yeah, honest opinion here. So, JD, you and I are going to talk about who we think those final 2 teams are going to be. And I think we should give our way too early predictions for who is going to take home the cup.
Oh, man.
In fact, I'm going to go game by game. I'm going to say game 1, this person, game 2, and we're going to do it that way. I think it'll be way too early, but it'll be fun here. And the funny thing is we might not even, like, imagine if you pick a team to win the chip and they don't even go after this weekend.
Yeah.
Crazy. So let's do an odd overview here. Okay. Salamanders, Raptors, 100% locked in.
Yep.
We must include them. From there, we have Los Cuties, 89.5%.
Okay.
Jelly Jets, 76%. Barbecue Beavers, 18.75%. The Astro Bears, 8.33%. And the Purple Dragons, 7.29%. Who are your 2?
Man, this is difficult because, I mean, we've been talking about how there's so many go either way. You have to think about matchups. Yeah. Obviously, first 2, I mean, Sallies and Raptors. My third one, I think, is going to be the Cuties. I think there's just most situations they make it. It's very difficult for them not to make it. So I think it's my third. Fourth one.
Oh, you got to say it, right?
Fourth one. It's difficult, but I think I have to say it. It's the Astro Bears.
Shocker.
I'm playing the game. It's my team. I think it's very close. I think you go either way, but obviously I think I have to say, because I think there's still a shot, and, you know, obviously I think it was like 8%. I don't think it's that low. I think we discussed it. I think there is a pretty high probability that we could still make it. So I think maybe the algorithm isn't in our favor, I would say, but
those are just numbers.
Yeah, they're just numbers. Yeah, but numbers don't matter to the Astros.
Numbers don't.
We don't look at that.
They also don't lie.
But we don't look at those.
We don't
look at those.
Astro Bears, don't ever tell us the odds, which in a game of odd management is, I'm sure, very wise. Never look at the probabilities when you play Board Wars. But no, I don't hate that, JD. You got to bet on yourself, and Though I will say, every time you have bet on yourself,
It hasn't worked out.
unfortunately not yet. But you know what? There's always a first for everything.
Mhm.
There's always a first. I mean, the Raptors are in the playoffs,
Mhm.
for Christ's sake. I mean, come on.
I don't think any of us guessed that
Earlier
at the
this season, Mike Concord was making fun of the Raptors. He called them losers.
Yeah. Same. Well, we didn't even have the cuties making our playoff predictions.
my
we had
gosh, yeah.
both of them had them.
We
out.
had the Dragons and the. No,
Well,
I had the Raptors in.
You had the Raptors. I had the Jets.
Yeah.
Which I mean,
could happen.
we could both
That
right.
could legitimately happen. But then you also put in
I put the Bears, Jets.
Yeah, which at that point the Bears and the Jets can't both.
So I'm already.
Shoot. So I mean, mine is possible.
Yes.
No, I didn't
'cause
put the cuties.
You didn't put the cuties,
Yeah.
and you have the Dragon. So we might have we might have messed up a couple there.
Maybe just a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. But my picks here, JD. Oh man, this is kind of tough. I gotta say my narratives. I think Drew and Slushy are going into this Sun game here. Again, the double divisional Eclipse is happening this weekend. Friday night, what do I see? I see Slushy line up across the board from Drew.
Oh, okay.
And I see Drew shaking in his boots. I see Drew shaking in his boots.
D. Drew Jogger
shaking in his boots because he's looking across the board and he knows he's seeing his maker right now. All right. Slushy owns Drew until Drew is surrounded by his Beaver team. We got Serial. We got Brent. We got Jackson Gravatt. We got Ryan.
Charlie Klein.
We got Charlie Klein. And we got this team that is built around him. And for the first time in Board Wars history, Drew is taking Slushy down.
Wow.
And the Beavers are going to the playoffs. They're going to have the second chance in their history at making the Legacy Cup. That's what I think. I think Drew is taking him down.
Okay.
I think, and I'm going to say this too. I think it's going to be Birdger Kimchi first one out.
Okay.
Then Meow Meow, then Slushy, then Drew. That's how I think it's going to go. Then we come to Saturday night, and at that point, the Bears are looking at their phone. Tear goes down their eye. Yeah. And now the Jelly Jets need to win or they're out of the playoffs. El Nino's sitting there. Months of experience training up to this game, biggest game of his life. He's sitting in that chair and his heart is pumping. He's ready to go. And in the brightest lights, in the face of the world, El Nino goes into that divisional game, season on the line. He needs to beat the Beavers, and he falls flat on his face.
Oh, no.
Last place.
Oh.
Last place. JD's just playing for kicks. He gets first. That's what I think is going to happen. I think JD wins the last game of the season. It doesn't matter. He's still out of the playoffs. And then my Legacy Cup prediction is Salamander, Raptors, Beavers, and then Cuties, because that's how that would go. Sorry.
Wow.
But I believe in I believe in the Beavers. I mean, I said it, and I really thought Ryan was going to take that game last week. Now, even though Ryan didn't win, he did get them in a really favorable position with that second place. Their APF is bumping right now. So, I mean, some interesting things may happen. Let's go back to your predictions for a minute.
Yeah.
Your 4 people make it. How do you see the cup going?
Whew. Man, okay, so obviously, if you don't remember, I had the Sallies, I had the Raptors, Bears, and the Cuties. Here's the difficult thing. Gus, obviously, you're on the outside perspective. In this scenario, I'm in.
You're in it.
I'm in it. Okay,
you're in
so
it.
I'm in it. We even have to discuss. Are we talking about what players we think the teams are going to place, or just what team's going to win each game?
I'm thinking every game. This team, this team, this team,
okay.
this team.
I think in the first game, I think the Sallies win that game. I'm thinking they put out. I'm assuming they're gonna put out Goober or something, and Goober has had a good. I know he's 3-0. Maybe teams will be looking at him, but I think his play style worked really well. That defensive, and I think we saw that with the Sallies last season. It worked really well in that diplomacy because the playoffs are different. It changes things up. I don't know if you haven't been in them and you haven't watched the games. It's a little bit different. I think the Sallies. I the Sallies won last year, but I think their play style is made for the playoffs. So I would say the Sallies take game 1. Game 2, I think, because I know we've had a little bit of, we've seen the Cuties and the Sallies. They've had some kind of teaming up a little bit throughout the past. I think the Cuties, I'm assuming they're either playing Luke or Caleb Ward that first game, and that second game it's either then going to be Caleb Ward or Luke, which we don't know that, but I'm just guessing. I'm guessing the Cuties win that second game. So I think it's going to go Sallies and Cuties. I know it's like, oh, they've won the past 2, but I think they've had the experience, and I think maybe with their diplomacy, I think that's how it's going to go. Third game, I think it's going to go to the Raptors. Fourth game's going to the Bears.
Okay.
And so, obviously, I think it's going to Game 5.
Game 5. That's valid. I mean, that's
valid.
pretty reasonable.
Season 1, we didn't see that, but I think people were figuring out how playoffs work.
Yeah.
And there were some weird games in there. The game hasn't fully been fully developed. Season 2, that's how we saw it. And I think that's how usually it's going to go, unless there's some crazy Game 4, someone figures out some crazy combination of a tile and a card and they just wipe the board. That's the only way I can see it not going to Game 5. But I think it's going to Game 5, okay? Game 5, everyone has a win. They're putting their best players in. So at this point, it sounds like it's either going to be like Goober Slushy. It's going to be like an Enigma Caden. It's going to be probably a Caleb Ward Luke. It's probably going to be a Max Dan JD, one of those.
Yeah.
It could be any one of those players. All those players are some of the best on their teams, okay? So either way, it might be one of the best games we've seen, I'm going to say, with the skill other than last season 2. Okay, here it is. I think it's going to be real close, but Asher Bears take it.
What else could you say? What else could you say?
What else can I really say
here? Listen, on one hand, you got to be like, delusional Astro Bears fan. On the other hand, you got to be, if you were sitting here, wouldn't you say the same thing about your team?
Can you not say your own
How
team?
could you not?
How can you not say?
You got to bet on yourself.
Yeah, you have to bet on yourself. You got to have the confidence you're going to win or you're not going to win.
Exactly. Hey, so I like it, JD. Obviously, no shade to the Bears Nation. I think that team is built really well to make a championship run in season 4. But season 3, I already said what I think I got.
You don't even have
Sally's, Raptors, Beavers, Cuties, right? I think game 1, Cuties take it home. I think it's probably going to be Dr. Luke playing game 1. I think he's going to get it. Game 2, I think we're then going to see the Barbecue Beavers win game 2. I think Drew's the type of guy who I think is not going to play game 1 because he's like, okay, that's some interesting. He's going to wait to stack the odds a little bit. Once he knows that there's a team he can go against, he's going to play himself in game 2, and I think he's going to take that.
Okay.
That's when people are going to play their guy who it's like, okay, I'm going to put in my straw. I'm going to put in my Gideon's going to play himself that game. He's going to wait. He's going to put Goober and Slushy in those big moments, right? Then I think game 3, what's going to happen is the Raptors are going to win. I think they're going to win in a way that is really flashy and really ridiculous, and it's going to be fast. I think it's probably going to either be Straw, which is going to surprise people, or it's going to be Caden. I don't think Enigma is going to win a playoff game. I think he's going to have too much eyes on him because he's their best player. He's their best player.
Okay.
I'm getting that feeling that it's going to be Caden or Straw. We go into a game 4, and I think this is the most dominant playoff game we've ever seen. It's going to be either Goober. I'm going to say it's going to be Goober in that situation because the Sallies know they can play politics like a fiddle. They know Goober is the most passive guy that's going to go in. It's going to be a fundamental win. We've never seen anything as easy as this. That's what we're going to say, and then we're going to go into game 5.
Yeah.
We're going to see a lineup akin to Dr. Luke versus Drew versus Enigma versus Slushy. And I think that is going to be what the situation's like. I'm sitting there at the table and I'm getting flashbacks because I remember when I was playing Board Wars back in 2020 and I was playing against, I remember this very vividly on my grandma's pool table. I was playing with Luke, Drew, and Slushy. And I remember how this goes. And back in the day, it happened this way. And in this version, I'm Enigma.
Okay.
And I remember back in the day that happened. And do you know who got last place? Me.
Really?
I got last place. I think I'm Enigma in that situation. And I've played these games before, JD.
Okay.
Here's how it goes. Gus / Enigma gets last. They start talking. They start doing their thing. Dr. Luke is the most, aggressively talking. Drew is trying to be more laid back, but he's trying to like talk to Slushy. Slushy's trying to be a little bit more aggressive and go up against Luke. Drew and Slushy are on either sides of Luke. Boom. Luke's gone. That's how I think it's going to go. I don't think they're letting the GOAT go back to back and win their second game. I don't think they're letting that happen. He would go down in history as the GOAT. Slushy doesn't want to see that. He wants to topple legends. Drew doesn't want to see that. He wants to be the best joggers. Boom. Luke's out of the game. 1v1 to win the Legacy Cup. It's Drew versus Slushy. We're going to see a preview of this Friday night.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And in this situation, it came down to 2 cards. I remember this. It was the Cthulhu Apocalypse. It was 2 cards. It was a Sans, who at the time was invincible, so it was a little unfair, and it was an Asgore, a card that was a gold, right? But he was buffed so much to where like he had so much speed and Sans couldn't get to him. They were playing cat and mouse around Cthulhu, and I remember by the slimmest of margins, just like we saw in Season 1 against Timothy Wright, the slimmest of margins, Drew comes out on top. I think Slushy is going to attack him. He's going to go for it. I think he's going to get tired of playing cat and mouse. He's going to say, this should kill. I'm going to go attack Drew. He does. And maybe Drew survives with like 3 health left. That is exactly what happened in my grandma's basement in 2020. And I think we're going to see that exact scenario and clock it. Clock it. If that happens, I mean, I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
Yeah, I have too.
It would be nuts. It would be cinema. And I don't know if you guys are new to this podcast. Every time I make a prediction, I play it out. And do I think that's really going to happen? I don't know. But that's my official stance here.
That's
my official stance here.
You painted that so well. I was like in the moment, like, that's cinema right there.
Storytelling, that's cinema.
You're also saying, in this situation, you're saying Drew beat Slushy twice this season.
Yeah, and you know what? I think people aren't going to expect that. And, I mean, that's just what happened in the past here. Slushy, he's got a reputation about himself right now. But I also know one thing. I know Drew and Slushy have a rivalry, but I also know for real, if Slushy would rather lose to anybody in that final game, he'd rather lose to Drew. I know that to be the fact. Because Drew and Slushy have such a respect for each other. And when he watches this, he's probably going to be like, no, I'm taking him down. And that's what I like to see. So I'm excited. I mean, I think bottom of the barrel, right? Like bare minimum. This weekend, the double divisional Eclipse.
Yeah.
We are going to see some absolutely insane games, you guys. Friday night, you guys are going to tune in. You're going to see an insane Sun Divisional game that is going to set up an awesome Saturday night, the next night, Moon Divisional game. It is going to be insane, and you are not going to want to be anywhere else than on the Board Wars YouTube channel this Friday and Saturday night, as we are going to set up this Legacy Cup. And then, I mean, I know a few things. I know regardless of who takes home that cup, it is going to be a team that deserves to be the champion. And it could be the Sallies. I think that's a team that like we all think like, oh, they're going to take it home. It could be the Cuties. And there's a 50% chance most likely that we're going to see a team take it home a second time.
That's crazy.
It could be the Bears. It could be the Dragons. It could be the Beavers, like I predicted. Could it be the Raptors? Yeah, yes. It could even be the Raptors, who have gone on a crazy streak. It's easy to say that they'll continue that into the playoffs. Let us know what you think the cup will be in the comment section down below. And JD, the next time we talk, I mean, we're going to know how the cup is going to look.
Yep.
So, I mean, anything you want to say to the guys before we get out of here?
Yeah, I mean, Gus, you kind of said it, but I think this weekend, I mean, tune in, block out your weekend. If you have any plans, cancel them.
Any weddings?
Yeah, anyways, you're not going to them. Even if it's your brother. Tell him he got to move the wedding. Tell him that it's honestly, I mean, if you make the playoffs, then he's going to have to move for like a month because the playoffs are going on. So he's got to move out really far away.
Well, he's got a bye week next week. So just, move the wedding next week.
Next week.
It's reasonable.
Tell him right now, next week, when you see this episode, that you can move it. No, but tune in, watch this game, get your team together, get some popcorn if you're not playing on Friday, watch the games. If you're playing on Friday, get ready, get some practice games in right now if you're playing that game. Get hyped. That's all I can say. It's going to be an amazing weekend. It's going to set up this next month of playoffs, which it's just going to be amazing.
It's going to be great. Winner takes it all. We'll see you next week.